Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 9. This is episode 25, I believe. Let me check again. Yes, it is 25. Yes, this is episode 25. In last episode, we tried our best to fix the assembly line and we did it. Get it in the end. Yeah, it worked. Looks like, I think there's been an update in All the Mods 9 and the latest version of GregTech is different from the one that I have been watching everyone play on. So that's why in my version you actually need a data access hatch in your assembly line. If you just put a line grading, it does not seem to form the multi-block. So yeah, that's something you need to take care of. Also, another thing is that I have been doing a lot of multi-blocks. There are some multi-blocks here that you might have not seen yet, and I will show them to you. But first of all, there is an important thing that I need to take care of. Let me get down here. I need to finish making my hydrochloric acid passive. This is something that I should have done ages ago. Really. And oh shoot, this is gonna overflow, isn't it? Wait. Come here. Do you pick up the... I need you to... I need to configure this. I'm gonna set this to import. Cool. That is set to max. And we can even set everything else if you want to. So you're getting methane and chlorine. I believe I have to set this to a specific... wait, 1 second. It's really loud. I know some people like sounds like these, the industrial sounds. But when I'm recording, it does get a little bit annoying. But yes, this is what I wanted to do on circuit 3. Chlorine and methane is something that we get from our oil processing and distillation, right? We get it from naphtha and stuff. We get it from oil. We get it from even the wood tar stuff, I believe. No, that's butadiene. No, looks like only oil stuff is what we get it from. Yeah. So we get methane, right? And as I set it to circuit 3, we should start making, oh my goodness, and also chloromethane. That is something that I don't have a drawer for. I should have thought about that. Do I turn you off? Wait, 1 sec. Let me set circuit 1. So you're set to off for a second. So yeah, I was like, we have all this chlorine, right? From the passive process. Why do you not work? Wow, you're really slow, buddy. Interesting. Wait, let me set you to a non-circuit recipe so you don't start working. It looks like you're still working for some reason. Can you not work, please? There you go. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I need to set up a drawer for chloromethane so I don't fill up. Yeah, as you can see, this that made a lot of hydrochloric acid, but we just use it up so quickly. So that is something we really should have automated a while back, and I completely forgot. I was like looking through all these recipes. I was like, what should I do to make it passive? Should I do salt and sulfuric acid, right? Should I do ethane and chlorine, like all of this episode? Then I was like, oh wait, I get chlorine from my brine towers right here, right? Like, and this is like the most passive you can get. This is syrup easy. It gives me like 1000 per brine, so it's like 500 per tower, right? 500 millibuckets of chlorine per tower, and I believe I have 4 towers running constantly of these, at least right now. So I was like, wow, I mean, that's kind of a waste, isn't it? Like, I'm just putting all of that to waste. Now chloromethane, what can we actually use that for is the question. Let me put some copper upgrades on this. Let me get some tools for the drawers. Let's get... Hello, game, please. Game. This happens with me too many times. It is really annoying. It's fine. But yeah, what is chloromethane actually used for? I might have to put that up in a different um, chemical process. Dimethyl dichlorosiloxane. We can split it up back to get the chlorine back, which is really interesting. Wow, 2 buckets of what? Y- the, because we get 2 buckets of chlorine from 1 bucket of chloromethane, and we get 1 bucket of chloromethane from this stuff, right? Right? And if I wait, how much did we get from this? Chlorine, 2 for 2. So we can keep about half the chlorine if we want to, really. But is this stuff used for anything? We can make hydrochloric acid long way if you want to. Seems like it. Because this is half a bucket, so we can. But we do get dimethyl siloxane if we really want that, but that's like an inferior version of the rubber that we already have, so we don't really want to do that process. There's no purpose in doing that. Yeah, I think I already have this set up actually for a quest because I did have to make the silicone rubber. Yeah, so yeah, now that that's done, that's cool. Let me get white upgrades on both of these because we are passiving these, right? Might as well put white upgrades on both of these. Make sure we are not overflowing our fluid system in A2. And cool. Sorry for the slideshow, by the way. It's something you just have to deal with when you're playing Minecraft. ATM9, that is, on a potato like mine. So if we just set this to circuit 3, it should work. 2 tick recipe really fast, and now we should have no worries worrying about hydrochloric acid. There you go. We can also do the dilute. We can also like recycle some of the diluted acid that we keep getting, but it's not that much. I mean, this is 900 buckets. That is a lot, but the hydrochloric acid, we're not getting that much, right? So sulfuric acid we were already producing beforehand. I will also change my sulfuric acid setup from the mechanism stuff over to GregTech. That is something I have been wanting to do for a while. We'll probably have a separate. We might make. I should probably set up an LCR or maybe even an advanced LCR, just for these type of passive processes because you can parallelize them. I do have one right here, right? As I was going to show you for all of my multi-blocks, but here I have one, and it does have a parallel control hatch, and it's running 4 recipes in parallel because of this parallel control hatch, which is pretty nice. The problem is I don't know exactly how to automate it properly because I mean think about it, right? So many of the chemical recipes, like the one you just saw, they have program circuit recipes, but they don't have an item input. They only have fluid inputs, but they still need an item in a program circuit, which is only programmable by the input bus, which is really interesting. And if you think about it, how are you supposed to, I mean, do that? I mean, it's so hard to program because so many of these recipes use the same things, right? How does it know which one to do and which one to not? Most of the time, the only amounts it can figure out is which, because if that's the thing, right? If you have multiple input buses, then it thinks it's a non-circuit chemical reactor and it's a circuit chemical reactor at the same time. That's what the ALCR thinks, right? We have a non-circuit here and we have a circuit here. So it thinks it's a circuit 1 and a circuit 0 chemical reactor at the same time, and it can run 4 parallel recipes. The problem is, how do you get it to run 4 separate tiers of, like, you understand? Like, how am I supposed to program that in? I think the only way to do that really is to have 4 separate ALCRs for each tier of chemical the thing, for each tier, for each program circuit have a separate LCR basically. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, have one for non-circuit, have one for circuit number one, have one for circuit number three. That's the only way I can think of you could fix this. And you could even wall share, right? Wall sharing is a feature. I can wall share these with a different tier, and I can make sure all the input and outputs are in the center, so that's not an issue. That's the only way I know I could fix that, to be honest. And that's unfortunate, to be honest. We might set it up in a different room. We could have just like 4 LCRs or 5 LCRs with wall sharing enabled, and each of them are running like different circuit tiers, different program circuits. That's the only way I can think of automating that. And each of them have parallel control hatches, so they can run parallel recipes in parallel. Because right now I could not really automate everything properly. So most of my like things that actually need items and need circuits, I'm actually running them over here. So for example, like this one, it needs a circuit tier. No, this is a non-circuit tier. So I'm running, I believe, most of the non-circuit tiers in this. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And everything that's like circuit 1 or things that are circuit 0 and does not non-circuit that don't collude with recipes, I put them inside the advanced LCR. Yeah. The problem is, how do you wall share this? Because it has this on the left side. You can't really wall share the advanced LCR, right? You can only, yeah, you can't really wall share. Interesting. I didn't even think about that actually. You could wall share it like, no, I mean, you could wall share it like back to back. That's the way you could wall share, and then have input and outputs on the top like that. So you could wall share on the back. I don't know if that's really beneficial, to be honest. But also, I don't know. The LCR is pretty fast in itself. Maybe you don't need the Elite Parallel Control Hatch, because you do have 4 separate LCRs and you just set it up that way. So that's what I'm thinking, right? Yeah. So that's my convolution with this one. I have not gotten to properly automate this one, but I have automated this, and the rest of the stuff that you see. So the assembly line, right? I automated it using XNet. It's very simple. I was trying to use the Ender IO conduits. I would be pretty simple with that. I would just have to separate the channels for input output. The problem is Ender IO conduits still are not updated yet, so they don't have their upgrades yet. So they run pretty slow, and there's no way to upgrade them right now. And that's really unfortunate. Ender IO conduits would have really solved this, and they would have been a pretty lag-free-ish solution for automating stuff like this. A problem with this also is that this is limited to 5,000, and if a recipe requires 6 buckets, then it will put 5,000 in sometimes and then 1,000 in something else. I have not had encounters with those recipes yet, so it's not a problem yet, I believe, right? Most of these, as you can see, are less than the 5 bucket limit. If you can see here, but some of the other ones in the future will be requiring more than 5 buckets, and I don't know how to fix that. Also, the LUV energy hatch, it requires research. I think this is a new feature. This requires something called a data stick, and we can get that through this. I'm not sure. Also, there's a scanner thing where you can just put in a data stick at EV, put in an IV energy hatch, and you get an LUV energy hatch. I don't think this works like this. I'm not sure. But I think what we're supposed to do here is get the research for this through somehow. Maybe it's the scanner that you do. Maybe you do have to do the resource station. The resource station is a multi-block. And it's like a whole complex thing that we have to get into. I don't think we really have to get into that right now, though, because it seems like you don't really need it right now. If you look at the energy hatch, there's a very specific placement. It says we can use IV, I believe. LV, yeah, we can use minimum one. Yeah, okay. I don't know how. Maybe I should try requesting a scanner. Maybe an IV scanner. Let's just see if we can actually make that, and see if we can actually make the data stick, and see if we can actually figure out how that stuff works. Data stick, give that to me. How do you make it? Oh yeah, circuit assembler. That is soldering alloy, that is tin. Let's get the soldering alloy recipe. Cool. And let's put it in the assembler C1. No, assembler C1. There you go. Cool. And we can request the data stick, and it can start making one for me. Very cool. Okay, so let's actually check out the assembler, right? The multi-block assembler, that is. Also, let me request the IV scanner while we're at it. Scanner, make me one, please. And let's go to the GregTech multi-blocks area so I can actually show you what's going on here, right? Sorry for this. I mean, this happens every time I'm teleporting around, especially when I'm recording. It's just very. Oh, you see the speed? You see the speed of this? That's insane, dude. Like, this is so fast. It's actually insane how fast this is. But one thing though, some of these multi-blocks cannot be overclocked. You cannot put two energy hatches on these. Also, when you're making these, you must keep in mind that you can only have things that you can only have the input buses and hatches, and the output buses and hatches that it would have normally, right? Think about this. It's an assembler. An assembler can input fluids, it can input items, it can output items, but it cannot output fluids. So you can't put output hatches on the assembling factory because the assembler does not output fluids. So that's very important to keep in mind. That was a thing that I was really struggling with when I was trying to build this. I actually asked this question on Reddit. So, and then one person pointed out to me, I was like, no output hatch. I was like, oh yeah, the assembler does not output fluids. So you will not put any output hatches on this because it does not output fluids. Yeah, very important stuff to keep in mind when you're building these machines. It's like a one-time thing though, right? Like once you're done, that's the thing. It's kind of tedious to set it up at first, but it's nice because now all I have to do to upgrade this machine is just upgrade the energy hatch from IV to LUV, and now this will run at LUV recipes, and it will run at ZPM speed, right? That's how the multiple amperage things work. They run at I can't. Can I click on the controller from here? I cannot. If I show it to you here, right? It's running at LUV speed, right? But it's running at the recipe tier of IV, so we can only run IV recipes in this. This prevents us also, if you check the assembling factory multi-block, assembling factory, both the large assembling factory and the circuit assembler have a very specific requirement saying very specifically that the energy hatch can only be exactly one. So every time you say exactly one, it cannot be overclocked. You can only put one energy hatch. If you try to put the second energy hatch, the multi-block will not form. Very important. Keep in mind stuff like the assembler, the circuit assembler. I don't know what else you can't overclock. I don't remember exactly. But if you check out I believe the mixer as well cannot be overclocked. If we check here, no, that can be overclocked. Mixer can be overclocked. Assembly line definitely cannot be overclocked. I'm pretty sure about that, right? If we check here, assembly line, and we click here, it says no. Never mind. What was it that we can't overclock? I think the LCR is no. I mean, the advanced LCR can be overclocked. Is that the alloy blast furnace one thing that we can't overclock? Alloy blast furnace. What is the other thing we can't overclock is the question. That is definitely overclockable. I think there was something in here. I think one of these things as well in my new clean room. This is a clean room that I'm trying to build. Oh, I think. Oh no. That's over. I just need to get back the previous resource. I calculated exactly how much I needed, so I need to just get back the previous resource. So this is the max size clean room. I'm gonna put my clean room controller over here. I just need to supply energy to this guy, and then we should be good with that regards. But yeah, I believe the laser engraving laser. What? Laser engraving laser? Large engraving laser. I can't read. If you check here, nope. This can be overclocked. Is it the cutting saw? My God, like what is wrong with me? Why is everything overclockable and everything I'm like, oh, you can't overclock it? Like, there's something wrong with me. Is it the cutting saw? There's one more thing that can't be overclocked, guys. Oh my God, even that can be overclocked. Is it the advanced large? I don't think it is. I genuinely don't think it is. Large reactor, large chemical reactor. Can you overclock this? You definitely can. It says between 1 and 2. Wow, okay, well, I am wrong, I guess, but the assembler and the circuit assembler are definitely things that you need to overclock. You can't overclock, you need to have the same tier recipes going on. Most of the other stuff are pretty generous and they allow you to overclock, right? But assemblers and circuit assemblers are like what gate progression most of the time. So that's why you can't actually overclock them because well, you actually want to be able to be in the tier that they require you to be in. That's why you don't want to be able to. They don't want to be able to skip progression that way. So yeah, I'm running two two of these from here, and I'm named this to assembler circuit 1, and this is assembler. I believe this is, yeah, it's circuit 6 assembler. I named the buffer here and I named the crafter here. That's really funny. But yeah, all of these are circuit 6 recipes, and all of these can run in parallel in the same machine. That's so cool, right? I don't have to have like 4 separate assemblers or maybe even 6 separate assemblers for each circuit recipe. I can run them all through distinct buses. That's why we wanted to have multi-blocks. Instead of having 6 separate assemblers, I can have each set to a specific circuit, and then I can just turn on distinct buses. So each bus runs a separate distinct recipe. That's why. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Why is this data stick not working? Are you relying on something? It says crafting. That is a problem. Oh no. Sometimes this happens. Not that. Sometimes it does get stuck because some of the recipes do contribute with each other. Soldering alloy. Oh, is it because it's an LUV recipe? Is it? It's an LUV recipe, isn't it? Oh my God. Wait. Requires clean room. Interesting. And it's a circuit assembler recipe. I am so stupid, dude. Oh my goodness, I'm so stupid. Okay. Let's get the tank and clear it out. I have never done that mistake. I thought it got clogged. It was being clogged before because some of the recipes in here were using rubber, and the rubber recipes always ended up being left out because they saw liquid styrene butadiene and they were like, oh wait, I don't want liquid rubber, I'll just rather use styrene butadiene. Yeah, that was a problem with some of my things. So yeah, that's something you must keep in mind when you're change. So I just changed all the recipes. I feel like that was the easiest fix. I just change all the recipes so I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. But yeah, I think if we do this, then this should work. And we should start getting the data stick. But yeah, I'm kind of stupid for letting that happen. I was recording, that's why. Blame it on the recording. Yeah. So let's put a scanner up here. So, oh my God, okay. We do need an IV energy hatch. And do we just put a data stick and we get the... I believe we should get the data stick for the EV energy hatch, right? That's what I'm assuming will happen here. That's what I'm assuming. Let's get further off. Also, I have everything in my inventory to build a regular centrifuge and also an electrolysis chamber because I wanted to expand my ore processing further. Oh, I should probably show that too, right? But first, I need to actually show all the rest of the multi-blocks. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay, this is a mixing vessel. It's the multi-block mixer. These are so fast, dude. Like, look at this. Look at the speed of this stuff. It's so insane. It's generally so insane how fast they are. Like, it's just crazy. Um, but yeah, I'm just running um, separate. That's just the output channels, and I'm running distinct buses on the input buses. So this is circuit 2, this is circuit 1, this is circuit 3, and that's circuit 4. So I'm running 4 separate circuit recipes from each of these buffers. If we come here, we can see mixer circuit 2, circuit 1. Hello, game please. Game please. But yeah, C1. Hello, game. Do I not have circuit 1 recipes? I guess I didn't move them yet. Really? Interesting. Circuit 3 and circuit 4 recipes. Why did I not? Oh, it's because I needed LUV recipes and I could not figure out how to. But you can overclock it. Why did I not overclock this? Is the question. You can overclock it with IVA because we just checked right now. I wonder why I did not do that. But we'll just make the LUV hatches. We'll just upgrade everything to ZPM eventually, right? This is the extrusion machine. This is the extruder. This is so nice, dude. This is so nice. I used to have 2 MV extruders, 5 H3 extruders, 2 of the EV extruders. This is just one machine now. Everything is one machine. Everything runs at IV. This is so nice. Everything is at distinct buses, and you just put the molds in, and it runs each recipe distinctly. It does not collude with each other, and these just push the pattern directly into the input bus. Like, I don't have to. This is so easy to set up. Like, this is so genuinely easy to set up. It's actually crazy. It's actually wild. I also try to set it up only in the corners or the edges in the machine so that it's actually accessible, so that I try to avoid the corners, right? For example, this corner, if I put a pattern provider here, I can't access the bottom of this, so that's something I try to avoid. I could put up more here if I wanted to, right? I set up only the extrusion patterns that I already had, didn't set up anything unnecessary. I also made sure that I also had separate stuff for wires and the benders. Now we could run everything through the extruder, right? Pretty much. There's very few recipes that you can't. All the wire recipes and stuff. But the thing is, the wire recipes, it just runs faster in the wire factory compared to the extruder, right? And the bender recipes run faster in the bender compared to the extruder. So I was like, might as well build it. And it's not that expensive, and they're pretty small and cheap. Is this... I feel like something's wrong with my thing. But yeah, we have two... Yeah, for example, I think these recipes cannot be run in... Yeah, you can only run them in a wire mill. So we could use a single block wire mill for this, but might as well build the multi-block wire mill, make everything super fast. And the reason why I didn't show all of this is because, well, why should I, right? It's just copying whatever multi-block is in the multi-block to display thing in JEI. Right? I'm just following the multi-block info and I'm building exactly this, right? So it's not that many decisions that I'm making other than the input buses and stuff like that and the automation part. That's why I'm just showing you the automation part is what I did, because otherwise it would be pretty boring for you to watch. But yeah, all these single wires, I just put it here. I'm just doing it the exact way. We could have separate wire mills for everything, but I mean, at this point we could. But the thing is, it's not that beneficial most of the time to have separate pattern recipes for everything, for the wires especially. So I mean, might as well just do this and then just craft them up into the bigger wires, right? The 8x wires, the 16x wires, pretty much the same speed. If you check the 8x wires, for example, 8x wire, right? And we put it in the wire mill, it says 5.2 seconds. But we do 1x aluminum wire, 1x, I mean, yeah, I think this is, yeah, 1x aluminum wire, this is 1.3 seconds for 2, right? So it's pretty much the same time because, well, if we wanted 8, it would be 4 times this, which is 5.2. Yeah, it's the exact same amount. It's the exact same amount of time crafting. Um, there's a little bit extra ticks that are being spent crafting up the smaller 1x wires into the multi wires. But also think about it, right? Sometimes we'll just have extra spare 1x wires when we're doing a craft, and then the next time we need higher grade wires, we can just craft up. It's much easier, and I feel much more resource efficient way of doing things if we set it up that way. But also, yeah, this is a bender to bends things, you know. We have, oh my goodness, I think we need another one of the uh, we need another one of the bender recipes, because we are full of bender recipes apparently. That's wild, dude. That's actually wild. Yeah, we need so many. Let's use this as well. Let's turn this to circuit 1 because we'll need this eventually. And let's upgrade this actually. And let's rename it actually. Let's get a knife and let's get a pattern upgrade. You can just make the thing, but I kind of like it because I'm not just making the pattern upgrade, because this way you don't actually have to pick it up and you don't have to there's less downtime on the system. It does not calculate for as long. It's so funny. At the moment I close my A2 window, it's like, yeah, here you go. I just finished. The moment I close it, it's like, yeah, I finished. Very nice, dude. So convenient, dude. It's so nice watching them. But yeah. Okay, cool. My cat just woke up and now he's like, "Ooh, pet me! I'm so fat." He's looking at my mouse. I think he does not understand the difference between a mouse and a mouse. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, so yeah, that's the bender, and I'm gonna put some recipes eventually in this as well. Yeah, look at these item ones. They're so easy to set up because you just directly put them on top of the input bus, and they're so easy. Even the ones in the clean room, I'm pretty sure they'll just work like this. I'm just gonna have a bunch of these item inputs, and this is especially true for the engraving laser. Remember, in the clean room, we have like 8 HV lasers with like different lenses. Here I just put different lenses in each input bus, and I can just put a parallel control hatch on this, right? I have not made one for this yet. I believe I only put a maintenance hatch. Yeah, I only put a maintenance hatch yet. I have not put the parallel control hatch, but once I put the parallel control hatch, I can put distinct laser and this, and every time to upgrade it, I don't have to upgrade 8 different machines every single time. I can just upgrade the machine's IV or the energy hatch. That's so easy, right? Like all of these machines, all I have to do is make 3 separate energy hatches, and I just put them on the new ones, and I just replace all the wiring. That's so much easier than having to do long complicated crafts, because all of these crafts, as you can see, like even like a chemical reactor, right, as you saw, like there's so many steps involved in the crafting. Like there's so many complicated, like rigid and everything. Like the energy hatches is always going to be much more simpler, because most of the time they just need an energy hull and they don't need any circuits. That's a very important part, right? I'm pretty sure energy hatches don't require circuits, right? Energy hatch, right? If you look here, I'm pretty sure they don't. Sometimes they need chips. That's what I'm confused about. But yeah, some of the higher grade ones do seem like they need circuits, like the LUV one. I completely forgot. But yeah. Okay, so let's try to get the scanner thing set up. Let's hope that works. Um, I'm gonna try this. The scanner. Do you work? Is the question. Oh! Ooh! So that works! That does something. Okay, cool. We're gonna wait for that to finish up. Should I put an interface on this so we don't have to wait for? I think we should. Because I believe we should have enough channels for this as well. So we should not have to worry about that. Uh, cool. Let's put up an interface here so it sends it back to our system and we don't have to wait for stuff. Let's just auto output into our ME system. Cool. I'm gonna show you the clean room multi-blocks. Okay, yeah. So this guy is the engraving laser. This guy is going to replace all the lasers in our old clean room. If we go up here, all of these lasers, they're going to be replaced by a single input hatch right in the machine, and we can just put parallel control hatches, so it'll be like 4 of them at once, which is fine because sometimes, also most of the time, you're waiting on the same laser engraver when you're doing a long complicated craft, right? The smaller other laser engravers, they'll run maybe for like a couple seconds, and then there'll be like one big one that's running like 4 or 5 of the chips, and they're taking so much time. Yeah, so that's why the putting them in the simple machine is not really that detrimental for parallelizing these recipes. So yeah, I'll eventually move all of these recipes once I'm done moving them. That's the point at which I'll break down this clean room, move the filter casings and the plastic that I already have into that one, finish that up, and yeah. The elite cutter is being replaced by the cutting multi-block. Yeah. Not really parallelization happening here, not much happening here. Just the cutter. Will be a good benefit of this is that once we have that, we can also run separate circuit recipes. I don't think, actually no, it does not even matter. We can run separate cutter recipes at higher tiers by just upgrading the energy hatch inside the clean room itself without feeling like you're wasting resources. Also, the LCR is going to be so much faster. Like, these recipes sometimes are really slow, especially some of these, like this stuff, for example. I believe this is really slow, right? If you look at this, 60 seconds, right? With this and with gallium arsenide. I think that's the recipe we should be running. What recipe am I running? I'm running the one with radon gas. Interesting. So that's the slower recipe. I wonder why I'm running this and not this. I guess you do. Oh, you have to do. You have to do a chemical bath, right? And that takes 24 seconds. That's why that's something you must keep in mind. So it does not really save that much time. It's kind of like it's like 4 seconds more actually, if you think about it. Oh, sorry. It's only 4 seconds. It's 4 seconds more than this one that we're doing. Yeah, interesting. Also, does that require more? Yeah, that uses way more. That's kind of a scam, isn't it? Also, indium gallium phosphide. Oh, this is only gallium arsenide, and that's indium gallium. What? That's gallium arsenide, so we're not using any arsenic here. Interesting recipe difference. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just did what the. I'm pretty sure that's what the quest book told me to do. We'll think about it later. But yeah, this thing does need to be running at IV, right? Also, some of these future laser engravers, when we make the Nequada, what is it, wafer, right? Hello, game, please. Right, when we run the Nequada wafer line, the laser engravers, they will need EV. Interesting. Yeah, so it's like every time I have to upgrade wafers, I have to upgrade my laser engravers. Instead of doing that, just upgrade a single energy hatch. You know what I mean? Like that's just so much better, so much more resource efficient and stuff. So I'll tear this down eventually. I'm just waiting up on a few circuits being batch crafted, and eventually after that, I'll move all my automation from here to up there, and we'll get the new clean room all set up. And that should be pretty nice. I don't think the chemical reactor should cause much of a problem. I don't think the cutter and circuit assembler should cause much of a problem either. Also, we don't have to make the single block circuit assembler every single time, and every single time they take so much like resources. It's crazy. It's actually wild. Let's see if the energy hatch actually did something. Energy hatch. What did that do? I feel like I should have not done that. Because now we're like, what did it actually even make? Um, data stick? It made a data stick. And it has the research for the LUV energy hatch. Okay, nice. So that's what the scanner does. It gives us a data stick. And now we should be able to craft the LUV energy hatch. Nice. Okay, so that's what it does. Okay, it just makes the data sticks. The thing is, I don't think is this we can reset it. We can make okay, interesting. We can actually make the research components with this. With the research component, we can make a copy stick, not consumed. So the right one's not consumed, and we can make copies of the copy stick. Interesting. Oh, so this is all the scanner recipes. Okay, 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 okay. Cool, cool, cool. ZPM conveyor, the data bank. Okay, cool. I feel okay. This is the upgraded version, right? Of the data storage, right? This is the upgrade version of the data storage we already have. So if you look here, data access hatch. Do I just put this in here? I would assume that's how it works, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to figure this out. I've not seen anyone do this guy by the way, guys. So please be kind on me. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I'm trying my best to figure it out. What? Oh, it's the LU. Okay, it just shows everything in the data stick. So I guess we just get all the data sticks that we want, and we just put them in the data access hatch, and we should be able to upgrade the data access hatch eventually. So that's what we were looking at, right? Advanced data access hatch is data orb. Interesting. We need and that's something we need the resource station for. Okay, and it has its own like little like unit of power or something, computational what something. Yeah, I don't know how that stuff works. I'll have to figure it out. I have not seen anyone doing research. I have not seen anyone past this point in GregTech. Like genuinely, I saw Lash Mac do this, right? But then he just skipped this because he didn't require the data access stuff because he was in a it was in a previous update. Oh, I should probably. What am I doing? Let me request this guy. Why do I not have everything for this? I feel like we should have everything. I guess it got consumed in different recipes. I want to see this work, and then we'll move on to explaining some other stuff. That's kind of what today's episode is. I'm just trying to get you guys to catch up on like what I've been doing off camera. Um, also, my cat's really annoying. My goodness, he like he used to like not like me as much. He used to kind of be like beware of me a bit beforehand, but like these days he like has become really clingy. He like does not leave me. It's actually kind of crazy how changed his behavior has become. It's actually wild. Anyways, okay, it's making soldering alloy. That's why. Cool, no problem, buddy. I should probably put the soldering alloy in a requester. Do I not have soldering alloy in a requester? Really? Interesting. I shift. I tried to shift teleport. It doesn't teleport if you do that. Do I not have soldering alloy? Interesting. I don't have soldering alloy. Wow. Very cool. We should probably set that up as a thing. Uh, Let me first disable this so it does not start making something. Very cool. 10 buckets. Please make sure I'm stocked with 10 buckets of soldering alloy at all times. Very cool. So we're not waiting up on stuff like this. I also started stocking up on HCl and epoxy. I set up epoxy and everything, polyvinyl chloride, iron 3 chloride, everything that we need for all that stuff. I'm keeping in stock because I feel like that's something that we always have not enough of. Oh, sodium, potassium, sodium, potassium. See, this is what happens, right? It put 1 bucket in this and then put 5 buckets in this. Like that is, I don't know how to fix that. That's so annoying. It needs everything to be in the same. That's the problem. It needs everything to be in the same 4 buckets. How do I... Hello? How do I place this in? Buddy. What? Okay, that's just stupid. How do I place this? Yeah, I don't know. The 5,000 limit is really annoying. I don't know how to fix that. Like, this is something I have to manually come and fix. I don't know. Oh, also, the reason why I have all this space up here is because I was thinking of putting another assembly line right here, right next to this one. We might have to think about the spacing issue though, because if we do that, 1, 2, 3 is the only block space with the same 2-block gap. We'll have 1, 2, 3 exact. That's wild. I mean, we can do it. We can do it, guys. We can do it at the exact same. That's wild. My base is kind of perfectly laid out. Also, if you check, all of these are in a single chunk. Every multi-block is in a single chunk. You can confirm. Some of these are like barely in a single chunk. But oh, the clean room is not, definitely. But oh, I did not check the clean room multi-blocks. Oh no. Yeah, that thing is not in a single chunk. How would I fix that? I would have to move this one to the right. I guess that's an easy fix. That's not that bad. It will ruin the symmetry part a little bit. Man, oh, okay. No, that's fine. That's fine, honestly. Because then we can just move this over, the scaffolding bit, to 1 over, and that's fine. That's totally fine. That's not that bad. Yeah. So we'll just move the scaffolding 1 bit, and this whole bit will be removed. So yeah, I'll do that. I mean, I haven't even set up automation for these clean room stuff yet, so I'll do that eventually for the circuit assembler, chemical reactor, and the cutter and the laser engraver. I'll do it. I'll get to it. But yeah, how do I fix this? Maybe a different tank, maybe an ultimate tank, advanced tank, ultimate tank. But that's a limit on this thing itself, right? That's the problem. How do I get this to work? Do you do 6 buckets? Oh, you do. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Why do you not work then? Is the question. You have soldering alloy, you have sodium, potassium, you have the data thing in here. Why do you not work is the question. Right, you have 6 buckets of this, you have 720 of this. Why do you not work? Buddy. Oh. LUV machine hull. Why is this doing this? It's only for the I don't get it. Like it does not put them in order for it does not put them in order only for the LUV machine hatch. Every other recipe I've tried, it works perfectly. It honestly works perfectly. Only this recipe is the one that's like, no, I'm not gonna work. Like, I just refuse to work. I wonder why that is. I don't understand. Like, why did this go in the end when it's clearly at the start of the recipe? Is my recipe just messed up is the question. Right? Like, is that just the thing? Is the coil first or is the... No, the coil is next. Hello, game, please. Yeah, I need to fix the automation on this. Maybe I should look it up, actually. How other people have made it. That still did not work. What the hell? Dude, come on. This is unfair. Ugh. Why? Why would he not work? You have this. You have this. You have two of this, right? You have two HPIC chips. You have LUV tier circuits. You have two LUV coils. You have 6 buckets of sodium potassium. We have 720 buckets of this. LUV. I am stupid. I am stupid. I am really stupid. I deserve that. I wonder if it would work without the research though then. Should I try removing the research? Because it did say requires research. Maybe that was the only issue. Maybe that was the only issue. And I wonder if the order does not even matter. I wonder if the order does not even matter, and the only reason this whole time this wasn't working was because of my stupidity, because I forgot that I needed a higher tier energy hatch for this. Why? Wow, that's wild, dude. That's actually insane that I forgot this. I'm gonna steal one of your guys's energy hatch. Please don't mind me. Oh, at the moment I stole it, and I was like, "Oh, hey, buddy, don't steal it. I'm gonna give you one. Don't get so impatient." Um, okay, there you go. Cool. Uh, oh, it just started working. It doesn't have enough energy though. Hello, game, please. Hello, game, please. Let me give my guy some energy. Hello, hello, please. It will stop the recipe. I mean, it will pause the recipe. It won't actually stop. But yeah. Are you getting energy? You guys both are getting energy. Your guys are running at LUV. I'm kind of wasting resources by using the 4 amp ones. But think about this, right? Once I upgrade to LUV, I will upgrade to the higher tier ones as well. So it does not really matter. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Okay. Another LUV hatch, please. I want another LUV energy coil. Energy hatch. So please make me another one. I wonder then, it will actually work if it's like split out like that? Because if it is, then this is not a recipe, then this is not an issue until much later, like until endgame. Like this will actually work until endgame. There's only a few recipes where this will actually matter, because some of them, but the thing is, if there's only 4 inputs, it will recycle back, because what I'm thinking of is, if you check assembly line, right? If you check assembly line, right? I'm checking recipes. Assembly line recipes. Few recipes require more than 4 fluids. For example, this one. But like think about it. If one of these was more than 5 buckets, it will. Oh no! But then it will fill one of these. Yeah, that'll be a problem. That'll be a problem. Yeah, unless it's 4, like the UV conveyor module or something like that, then that's not going to be a problem. I wonder if I just remove this, will it work? Will you work, my guy? I really want to test this, because I really want to see if the only reason why it didn't work before was because I was being stupid. There we go. Did I finish the chapter? Oh no, I still need to do this for the 4 amp one, and then I believe I'm done with the chapter, and then we should get the ton. Okay, finishing LUV, guys. I'm so excited. I don't think I have the 4 amp recipe yet, so I'm actually gonna start putting in the recipe. It is in this. Okay, in the previous clip, I did show you that this thing actually needs. I wish I could show you again. My God. But yeah, I did make. Oh my God, I lost footage of that as well. No, that's so sad. I lost footage of me making the 4 amp hatch. But yeah, it does seem like you actually need the data stick. Not only do you need the data access hatch, you also need the data stick. Also, order does not matter. That's what it seems like. In the recipe, not only does the item order not matter, it does not matter what order you put the fluids in what amounts. As long as you have the total everything that you need for the recipe will run. That is very nice to know. That is very cool. Nice. I like GregTech. I was saying that I like the fact that GregTech does this because many Magic mods will be like, oh, you need the exact same amount in the exact same order, and no, otherwise you won't die. No, like this is very nice because I can just set up easy automation, and I don't have to worry about anything. That's very cool. Okay, so it's been a day since the last clip. Yeah, it's been a while. I tried adding a brewing vat to my clean room because we need it later for the recipes in this age. We might need it. I mean, it says to use the distillery, but we can use the brewing vat. The thing is, though, it does not allow me to add a muffler hatch inside my clean room. It just says it's an invalid structure, which is really interesting. I did notice that if we go to up to UV, then there is something. It's not. Oh, it is UV. Yeah, it says clean room number 2 with UV have to be spotless, not a single speck of. What if we needed a cleaner, more sterile environment? Okay, so it's the same clean room, but we need a cleaning maintenance hatch and we need sterilizing filter casing. So I don't know if we can just put it in the same one. I'm not sure, but we do need it for fluid heating and distillery. So we might need 2 of these actually, because this guy, we might need a distillery and a fluid heater inside our clean room. We could try fitting both of them inside here. That is definitely a possible method. But for now, I'm just gonna take this apart. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what, but we will think about it when we actually get there, right? We might need a second clean room. I really don't want to, but then this guy is already so crowded. Like, look at this. Look at the cabling down here. I mean, uh, I tried adding an autoclave to machine because we do need an autoclave inside the clean room for ZPM. If you check here, not here, this guy, that's a forge hammer. Interesting. I think it's the, is it the crystal chip itself? I think it's the crystal chip itself. Yeah, this guy needs an autoclave. This guy requires 600 seconds inside and autoclave. Oh, but do I need... Okay, that does not need to be inside a clean room, and that's a very fast recipe, so I don't really care about that. But yeah, basically, this process allows you to duplicate the parts. You just autoclave the same thing again and again, and you get it back, and you can forge hammer it, so you can duplicate it again and again in this process. We'll probably make sure to have like 1,000 of them, or probably a ridiculous amount in stock. I mean, the only thing we need is we can do it with europium. Okay, that's why we needed the brewing vat, because we can do it with europium, but later on we can do it with bacterial sludge, which is just bacteria and biomass, which is really interesting. So we don't, do we actually need, the question is, do I actually need to do fusion to get there? Because I did get some crystal chips from what you may call it. I got them from, oh, I got the chip. I didn't get the actual wafer thing. I did not get the raw chip. I need the raw chip. Okay, interesting. Okay, so that's an interesting way, because I can technically make these circuits, right? But I can't really progress further than that because I actually need the raw chip for which we need, I believe we need europium. We need liquid europium for this, for duplicating it, or we need mutagen. Interesting. So mutagen for basically duplicating it, but for getting our first one from exquisite emeralds, then we would need to use europium. Okay, and europium, we only get it from the fusion reactor. That's the only way to get it. It seems like we just mix hydrogen and yttrium fuse it. I have been waiting up on the fusion reactor stuff. So if you see here, I have been actually waiting, and they've been slowly building up. I got the fusion reactor controller and almost 44 casing built up, but we do need about 70 of the casing, 79 of the casing. We can save a little bit of that by using a cheaper glass. Good support materials. Yeah. Yeah, so we can, bro. Bro, what? No way, dude. That's crazy. That's wild. Okay, so we can skip something progress here, I guess. We could technically skip fusion right now and just do all of this stuff. The problem is we still need fusion for research, right? So that's the thing. This quest book is not updated because research is a new thing, and we need to do research. And research, there's one thing in the research station that requires things. If you look at the quest, oh my god, dude, this is so. If you look at the quest book, it says after Nequata alloy frames, you can just directly make this. You actually can't, because you need a data orb with the research built in, and the only way to get it is not from scanner, but from a research station. So we need a research station for this, and we need we need a research station for this. And if you look at the multi-block, that's how it looks like. There is one thing in here that needs europium. Is it the object holder? I am not sure. There is one thing, there's one random thing that needs I forgot completely. Oh, it is the motor, because you need the motor, and that thing needs europium wires. The thing is, though, we have some europium, and I think we have enough europium ingots to actually make 2 motors. I'm pretty sure. 7 times 4 times 8, right? Because each of these is 1 wire, 4, right? So if we look at this, it's 1 ingot for 8. Okay, so we don't have enough. We don't have enough, because we have enough. We only have 7, right? So if we look at this and we say we wanted 128, I don't think we have enough, right? I don't think. Yeah, we need 9. Okay, that's fine. Let's get the autoclave at least set up. Nice. Yeah, I couldn't get the LUV completion footage on camera, so I thought I would do this on cam to make sure we actually get the doo-doo-doo on the actual cam. But yeah. Okay, cool. I'll think about stuff like that later on while fusion is happening. Also, I probably should not do that. Oh, I accidentally broke all of this. I need to fix this. Let me grab my wand. Oh, I should probably turn the volume down a little bit. I forget every time, because I like playing with the volume up when I'm playing alone. But I like to keep it down when I'm recording, at least, because then you can actually hear what I'm doing and saying, because otherwise you can't really hear what I'm saying, right? Because it's so noisy. Yeah. Okay. Okay, there you go. I was gonna say let me cut to me fixing this, but I already fixed it, so yeah, no cut right now. Anyways, okay, so I wanted to show you. Did I don't think I showed you the no, I did show you the ore processing working. I did not show you this area, right? So I have an electrolyzer right now. I made an electrolyzer This guy is electrolyzing stuff. Some of the electrolysis recipes were really slow. I noticed that, so I just made this, and this is insanely fast. Some of the extraction recipes were really slow too. If you check Nequata, for example, if you just try putting the Nequata in, you will see, yeah, it's done. Normally, that takes like 8 seconds or something at the IV one, but this is like insane. This is running at ZPM, so it's like it's just 1 second, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's 6 seconds, and then it's 1.5 seconds here. That's why it's so fast. It's insane. Yeah, it's really crazy. I also have a chemical bot. It's doing passive processes for all of my Sheldonite stuff. Oh, for the plat line. That's what I didn't show you. That's what I had to show you. So I did some, I had stuff written down on my clipboard. Let me quickly check what I had to talk about because I don't remember. I had to talk about, okay, so I did some research, right? So first of all, I did a lot of research. Yeah, I did research for everything that I could do with a scanner right now. So I have everything, the research done from building the actual research station, but we do need European, for which we need Fusion, which we're waiting up on the Fusion frames actually being crafted up because they're slowly crafting up. They require a lot of these metals. And they need a lot of Indian Timberium, titanium. So it's been crafting up all the time. Sometimes it just, like right now, I think that's what's happening. Sometimes it just gets stuck up. I don't know why that happens. I'll be very honest. Oh no, it's not stuck up. Oh no, it is stuck up. So most of the time, if I just remove one and just put them back in, it works. What we might do is make a separate mixer just for circuit, just for that recipe, just for really long recipes. So I've noticed, right? Every time there's a really long recipe, it just gets stuck. Whether it's the advanced large chemical reactor, whether it's the regular large chemical reactor, whether it's the mixer, whether it's the whatever it is. But yeah, as you can see, this guy, right? Even at ZPM, it takes 8 seconds, and it takes a while. But once it starts going, once it changes to the recipe, then it does not have a problem with that. And that's a problem. I don't know how to fix it. Maybe we could fix it by slowing down the actual importers, possibly. That's a possibility. I was trying to use redstone control. There's like covers. There's like GregTech covers, um, which have like detector stuff. So you can actually put like activity detectors, fluid detectors, item detectors. I could not get it to work. They're really finicky. So yeah, but it seems like once it actually changes to a recipe, it's fine. Maybe what we do, actually, it's kind of a wild take, but maybe we remove acceleration cards, some of them. I feel like that's a good idea because then it does not, it actually, once it actually switches to the recipe, right, then it's fine. Maybe that is a good idea. I'll try that. I think that's the only problem on that one because that's the slow recipe. So I'll make the input slow on that guy, and we'll leave the rest as it is, and we'll see how that performs for that. For the large chemical reactors, though, I did just make dedicated processes for them. So I made a room with the old, where all the old clean room was. I made an LCR room, and I made 3 separate ones. This guy is for Sheldonite. So if you see here, this guy is taking nitric acid, and this guy's just converting Sheldonite, tetrahedrite, all of the good stuff, all of the platline stuff. Yeah, if there's something called platinum group sludge, you definitely need if ore processing line has a specific name like group sludge, you definitely need a specific ore processing for that. Yeah, so I've set this up for flatline. I think this guy is just making nitric acid. Interesting. Yeah, that guy's just making nitric acid. This guy's just making the platinum group sludge. So if we look at platinum group sludge, we have over 100,000 of them. That's way more than enough. Tell you. But yeah, this guy is really useful because it comes from a various different ores. Two of the ores that we can actually get from bees is sheldonite and Hello, game? Tetrahedrite. Oh my god, dude. Okay, there we go. Tetrahedrite is very easy to get because you just mastered copper bees. So that's what I did. I have sheldonite bees right now. I have tetrahedrite bees, but sheldonite you get from platinum, crushing platinum bees, and they're much harder to get. So I did not do that. So I have tetrahedrite being produced constantly, and they're being sent over to ore processing for the platinum group sludge. This guy is just for the Nequata line, right? This guy is making trinium. You need the impure Nequadria solution and the enriched Nequadria solution for two separate ore processing lines. So impure Nequadria is for indium and for antimony. Okay, interesting. It's for indium basically, and for the enriched one, I believe that's for trinium. Yep. So this guy is for trinium, and this guy is for uh, what's the other one? I literally forgot. How did I forget? I literally okay, okay. Let's look at it again. Indium, sorry, indium and yeah. So I tried making a B for it, and I have indium chemlib, but you can't actually use this to make. Oh, you can. What? Oh, you can. Okay, okay, okay. I forgot. Yeah, this is what I set up. You can actually, yeah. I set up automation, I believe. This will use, yeah. I set up full indium automation, so that's nice. I set up indium automation. So if you go to the machine room, I have, oh my goodness, yeah. I have four of these, so these will run in parallel, and these compactors are just producing indium dust, and I'm converting them from the chem-lib dust into the regular GregTech indium dust by using a little cheeky tactic called the tiny piles. So I'm crafting the indium, because you can craft down both the GregTech version and the ChemLib version down into the GregTech dusts. I'm just crafting them both down into the tiny dusts from GregTech, and then crafting them back up into the whatchamacallit, into the GregTech variants. So yeah, so I have complete indium automation right now. So I actually do not need this. I do not need the Nequata line for anymore, for indium at least. I can just do this, and only when this runs out, then we'll have a problem with indium. But yeah, this guy is just slowly converting indium. It's a really slow process actually, so I'm not sure if it's worth it, to be honest, because there's a slight chance that the GregTech line is actually faster. There's a very slight chance. Um, but yeah, this guy just produces the Nequata impure stuff, and we are processing that to get trinium. At least we need trinium. There's no trinium B right now, so that is a problem. Also antimony, right? We need antimony. Unfortunately, antimony, this guy cannot be converted in the same thing to make the antimony dust. What you can do is make antimony trioxide or antimony trisulfide, and then you can combine it to get the dust, and then you can use that. No, is it the other one? I think it's the other one. Yeah, this guy. Then we can chemically react it, get antimony trifluoride and stuff, electrolyze it, get antimony, actual antimony. Yeah. The thing is, though, I don't know. You need oxygen for that, and there's really no good way of getting oxygen other than water bees. Other than the oxygen bees, which you need water bees for. I don't want to do more bees. Like, it's kind of boring to. I'm being honest. It's so boring. I also was looking at the Nequata bee. Even the Nequata bee, it's pretty easy. It's just osmium bee with a block of Nequata, and osmium is just I believe it's pretty easy, right? It's just the neon cuckoo bee and the iron bee, but the neon cuckoo bee is like I don't think I can get it in the mining dimension. I think we'll have to get it in the regular oil dimension. It's one of the base bees. But yeah, I've been doing bees a lot, so I don't want to look at that stuff anymore. Platinum group sludge anymore. Rare earth is something that I need more of. And yeah, it's really unfortunate I'm not getting enough of it. I don't need most of this stuff because I don't need iridium. I have iridium B, and I have insane amount of iridium. I mean, I'm just yeah, nice, nice dude. Am I? That does not look right. Do I not have an upgrade on my indium drawer? Interesting. I don't. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh, all the oh means all the indium. Oh goodness. Okay. I mean, I could just. I don't know which. The problem is I don't know which disk they're in. We'll think about it later. We'll just we'll just think that the what is this thing called? I just forgot. Uh, iridium. Iridium. Yeah, we'll just think that this 100,000 iridium it does not exist. The only iridium we have is 41,000. Yeah, the 4,000 ingots we have here. But yeah, yeah, that's unfortunate. Um, those nuggets will always be in our system. We'll never think about them. They'll be just there. But yeah, I don't think I showed. Actually, wait, I did show this, but yeah, I'm using this guy for all the Circuit 1 recipes. Oh no, I did not show this. Yeah, I upgraded the regular LCR here into just for Circuit 1 recipes. I feel like this is not worth it. I'll be very honest. I don't think ha the idea of the benefit of having the parallel control hatch is that worth it because it's so much easier. This is a 3 by 3 box. Like how easy it is to just build multiple versions of these. Like I can have three more like right here just like so easily, and I can have more. Like I can just fill this entire room up. I can have three more up there. I can have three more here, and then I can have three more here. Like building LCRs is really easy. The advanced LCR is a really complicated multi-block. Like it's not that easy to build, and it has so many complex components. It needs the RTM alloy blocks. Like it's just not as easy to get. It's and you need to wait for the assembly line to finish actually building the LCR. I don't know if it's worth it. I'll be very honest. Yeah. But this guy is running our Circuit 1 recipes, which means this guy is running our polyethylene line as well, which is really nice. So if you look at this, you can see, I mean, we've been constantly producing polyethylene for the nether stars. If you look at the nether stars, yeah, 250. That's insane. That's actually crazy. If you, I believe we can make three more, right? 253. We need 270, so we need just 17 more, and we'll get there in no time. Honestly, we'll get this in no time. It's honestly insane how far we've gotten. It's crazy. Yeah, I think GregTech was a very good route for the Nether Star route. It's nice. It's nice. I did have to wait for it. It was not as fast as I thought. And that's mainly because it consumes so much aqua regia, and I did not have dedicated process for aqua regia. Like this guy is just yeah. Hmm. We'll think about it. I mean, yeah. We might take some of the recipes and put them back in. I don't know. I keep thinking about like taking some recipes from the multi-blocks and putting them back in the single blocks. And just keeping the multi-blocks free for upcoming recipes. But the thing is, the upcoming recipes will probably be the ones that are slower and the ones that will cause more problem. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. The mixer was giving me problems. To say the least. Let me check this. Indium. If I get if I request 64, do you get clocked up? Is the question, right? Do you get clocked up? I really want to test this because this guy is the one thing that's been constantly getting clocked up. You're working? Okay. I think that fixed it. I'll be very honest, I think that fixed it. So you have one in here, right? You're getting the second batch. So, okay, you filled in the second batch. The problem... The problem precisely is actually not this. It's that when it's doing multiple recipes, like this here, right? A, what if I did a pattern provider in the corner and had the input bus and the... Would that work? Input bus and input hatch on the other side, so the pattern provider can push on both sides. What if it could push on the oxygen side and this side? This is like one of the few multi-blocks that it would actually work in because it has like this corner. Because all the other multi-blocks don't have like a sharp corner like that. They don't have an like inward facing corner. They all have like outward facing corners. So that doesn't work in like any of these multi-blocks, right? But on the mixer, it might actually work. I am thinking, will that work? Oh, I really want to try that. That would fix like all of my mixer issues at least. That might work. I'm questioning it, but it might work. Yeah, I'll think. I'll try that. I'll try it, and I'll let you know next episode. But I think next episode we'll take a break from GregTech. Let me actually finish this. Sorry. Let me actually put this guy inside here. Should I do this? I'll leave. No, it's the item. It's not the fluid. So honestly, this does not solve anything. So I'm just gonna leave that right there. Uh, what did I? Yeah, I showed you both the LCRs. I showed you the research I did. I showed you the LCRs I did for that. I showed you the plat line. Oh, I did not show you the entire plat line, right? Basically, I set up filters that basically blacklist the sheldonite and everything, all the ores that go in the plat line to be blacklisted from this guy. So sheldonite and hello, hello, sheldonite and all the other ores. So if you look at here, sheldonite, chalcopyrite, pendiletite, whatever, all the ores that go in the plat line, all of them are being instead sent into the chemical bath. The crushed ones, they're being chemical bathed or something. I don't know how to say it. But yeah, and it's an ore washer. No. Oh, it's being ore washed. Yeah, there's chemical bath and there's ore washer. They're all being ore washed. And they're being sent over to our LCRs for the plat line processing. This is centrifuge. I moved my centrifuge. Some of these centrifuge recipes were slow too. Like, for example, I believe it was the trinium line. I think this guy was a pretty slow process, I believe. It takes, yeah, it takes 10 seconds at IV. That is pretty slow, to be honest. So it's running at ZPM right now, 2.5 seconds, and it's running with a parallel control hatch. So it's doing 4 of them at once, which is pretty fast. But yeah, same with the electrolyzer. There was one recipe that was really slow. I don't remember which one it was at this point. A rutile. I don't remember. I do not remember at all. There was was it which one was it? I don't remember at all. I don't remember. Also, I set up sulfuric acid with this. I also set it. Did I not set it at a higher priority? Interesting. Okay. I should set this at a higher priority. So this will, if you ever run out of sulfuric acid, it will actually try to use the sulfuric copper first that we have a lot of. So I'm also making sure all the diluted stuff is being slowly sent out. We had hundreds of buckets. We actually had thousands of buckets of the diluted stuff. They're actually being sent over to the distilleries. Over here, they're being filtered in. I don't think you can see them, but yeah, they're being sent over here, all 3 of them, when they're... So, because the crackers don't run 24/7, right? So when they're not running, I'm distilling the diluted versions for all of that stuff. But yeah, cool. And this guy's the extraction. I mean, this guy. Oh yeah, the Nequata line. This was really slow. Also the trinium as well. Liquid trinium. Yeah, that was pretty slow as well because we needed that for some processing. Um, yeah, very cool. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I was also looking at the periodic table. I was like, wait, why are we adding neodymium and hydrogen to get europium, right? It's three elements apart, right? Like if you assume a chemical that has, if you assume a element that is atomic number 60 and you're adding an element that's atomic number 1, you would assume to get to the next one, right? From methium. But you're actually getting europium, which is really interesting. I was trying to look into that. I don't know. I'm just gonna trust Greg on this. I'm just gonna yeah. We're just gonna trust Greg. It's more in quantity though, but it's almost like 300 times more in quantity, almost, or like 223 times. I think I calculated it even. It was like 23, I think. So we're adding 23 something, but then if you add 23, we're not adding 3, right? Like you understand what I mean? Like I was so confused, like what's happening. But I'm not going to question any of that stuff right now. We're good with that. Oh, also, I think I added all the. Did I not? Mainframe? I think I added all the recipes for the main. Yeah, I added all the recipes for the UV tier mainframe, and we can actually make it. This is so funny. This is honestly so funny. I can't tell you how funny this is. But we do need research, I believe. We need research, right? So we are actually gated. It's actually not possible. We actually need the crystal processor mainframe research, for which we need the research station, for which we need European, for which we need the fusion. So we are not. So if research was, if I didn't update the pack, I could honestly skip. But because I updated the pack, I can't skip. I will have to do research. I will have to do fusion, and it's fine. It's fine. Maybe we should calm down a bit. We have been progressing really fast. We have 44 casing. We're just waiting on 30 more, right? 70 casing is all we need. Honestly, 68 is all we need because we have the glass. We can replace with glass. I do want this case. I don't want to use the casing for the quest book. Oh, also, we need LUV energy hatches. That is something we need cooking up. Yeah. I don't think this guy needs circuits. Oh, you do need circuits. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I guess we'll make 10 of you guys. Cool. Yeah, we do need a lot of LUV energy hatches. I'm just making sure we have everything we need for uh, the fusion reactor when we actually make the fusion reactor. I'm just making sure I have everything prepared so I'm not waiting for anything in the fusion reactor. So yeah, that's my thought process. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Very cool. So it just gives you 16 buckets of European when you get your first Wait a sec. No, we actually have to do this before we actually claim. I thought I was being smart there, but no, we actually need to complete this before we actually get this. Yeah. Okay, very cool. I don't know what the transformer does. It's like a better way of transforming power or something. I don't know. Must be colored in order to function. Cannot make turns. You need more active transfer. It's like a way of transferring power. I don't know how that stuff works. I'll just complete till this point and we'll leave it. It needs you to make the actual thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Have I automated rhodium? Have I not? Rhodium. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have like I'm doing the knack line, so I don't really. How are we getting rhodium sulfate is the question. How am I getting rhodium sulfate? Because I have so much rhodium sulfate. Interesting. Because it did say It's using the rhodium sulfate. But how am I getting the rhodium sulfate is the question. Interesting. I'm getting it as a byproduct of ruthenium trioxide. So it is the flat line that I'm doing, but I don't have a direct recipe for it. Interesting. Okay. That's easy to fix, isn't it? We just duplicate the recipe, but just change the primary product. Let's just do that. Hello, game, please. We changed the primary product to rhodium sulfate. Cool. Okay, and it's using GregTech sulfuric acid. The mechanism one was really weird because I had to always manually put in the number for it. And yeah, that was really annoying. So I don't know why I keep teleporting to areas when I can just not do that. It's really interesting. Ruthenium trioxide, I'm just gonna put both of them in the same guy. Yep. So yeah, every time it needs any one of them, we have plenty. Oh, we don't have plenty of ruthenium. We have plenty of ruthenium. So we keep requesting ruthenium, and that's why we have so much of the byproduct of that for getting. What was the thing? Rhodium. Yes, rhodium. Rhodium, ruthenium, rhodium. Okay, cool. Right. Let's just make sure we have 1,000 of it. It uses only half of the buckets, which is interesting. Very interesting. Cool. What process do you actually go through? Oh, you just No, you're just electrolyzing. Very cool. Okay, so oh, that was the slow process, wasn't it? This was the slow process that I was talking about. Look at that. 3 ticks, 2 ticks. So fast. 2 ticks. It's a 2-tick recipe. Very nice. Oh, it's no, that's salt water. Input hatch. Okay, so that's for salt water. Never mind. Okay. uh, but yeah, this guy is just making fusion casings in the background. We're just waiting on that guy. This guy is. It does say crafting. Okay, so the salt water is 2 ticks. This guy was probably 3. No, it says 1 tick. What? Okay, so the 2 ticks or whatever was probably the. I don't know. Whatever. It's fast. It's fast. It's fast. I'm gonna end it here. I'm blabbering on too much. But yeah, I think next episode, I think I wanna get into occultism because if we look at the ATM Star, right? What are we missing? We're missing the little bit of nether stars, right? Just a little bit. You're only missing about 1,000. That's not bad, dude. That's honestly not bad at all. That's so good. That's honestly so good. We're missing only 1,000? Really? Available 83. Missing 1,000. Really? I feel like it should be more. Because we need 17 more, right? So... Uh... I feel like that's not completely accurate, but... I don't know. But yeah, we do need humanoid flesh or werewolf flesh. That is a problem. This guy, we can just AFK at our guardian farm and we'll get some. So that's not a problem. And we can get the Mjolnir. We'll just have to manual craft that one. But this guy we can automate, so that's fine. Micro missile, we can just get one more from with a villager. I mean, we can just do that right now, right? Um, let's. Hello, villager. Where are you, my friend? Are you this guy? You are this guy. Let me just get an emerald. Okay, micro missiles, please give me micro missile. There we go. Okay, that's it. So we're done with whatever pneumatic craft stuff we needed to do. Oh, we need to build the pressure chamber. We have to do pneumatic craft. Okay. We have plenty of everything because we cheated by getting the villager. But yeah, so we'll have to do pneumatic craft and we'll also have to do some evil craft for this stuff. But main thing that we're missing, the main mod we did not complete is occultism because we need the soul gems and the staple wormholes. Now, both of these things are things that don't actually need isnium, which is a really annoying metal to get. Oh, there's bees? How do you get this bee? My goodness, that's so easy, dude. That is honestly, oh god. Okay. So you just get, I'm assuming this guy needs a block, yeah, block of his name. So you need 9, but technically you can ore duplicate. So you don't need 9. You only need, right? If I'm correct. Oh, you can't, can I not? Oh, you can't ore hammer this. Can you? Interesting. That only gives you 100, and 100 of that stuff gives you 200 of the dust, which, so you can, that's only doubling. Um, you can get, I'm pretty sure you can get the basic crusher at least to double it for you. Yeah, that's probably the, that's probably the, that's probably the intended method of doing this. I've never looked into mods like theurgy and stuff. What's theurgy? Sorry, side note, but what is theurgy? What the hell is this stuff? Divination rod. Whoa. The occultism has a divination rod. Is this from the same mod creator? It's possible. I have never looked into this stuff. It does not even have a book though. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that knowledge. We've kind of endgame though. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be that important. I've never seen anyone use these mods. There's so many mods in here that like no one uses. Theurgy is one of them. What is the other one? Eidolon? Eidolon? How do you pronounce Eidolon? Like that? Okay. Yeah, Eidolon is a big magic mod. I've never seen anyone use it. I have no clue what any of this stuff does. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like, I'll be honest, I don't really like magic mods that much. The RPG style of it, I don't like it that much. The only RPG game I like is Pokemon. And Pokemon is like, even in Pokemon, I kind of just like grind. Like, I don't actually like go too into detail, right? I just have like one or two strategies that I just go deep into. Like, I don't like the RPG gameplay too much. I'll be very honest. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't like them that much. It's not my cup of tea. It's just sometimes it just gets beyond my head. Oh, we should probably set up. This is something I needed to set up, right? For stone dust. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Because it gives you all of this interesting stuff that you can like double centrifuge. You can get all of this stuff. Like that, it's actually crazy how much stuff you can get. I mean, solar light is just, oh, sorry for that. I accidentally pressed full screen, and if I press full screen, it actually stops recording. Okay. Oh yeah, I was thinking, where would we put our fusion reactor, right? Where would that go? I saw some cool designs online where they like stacked multiple fusion reactors on top of each other. So if you look at the fusion reactor, right? It's a pretty crazy structure. I saw someone stack these on top, like the Mark 1, the Mark 2, the Mark 3 on top, and then they put the mega fusion reactor on top of it. So it was like three rings, and then it was the final one on top, mega fusion reactor. If you look here, um, multi-block, this guy, the big guy, they put three rings under the fusion reactors, and then they put the big guy under here. Yeah, I kind of like the idea. I don't know where that would go though. Maybe here. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Um, I feel like this whole area is being crowded up a bit. I I've kind of blocked my area here with this extreme reactor. We might do more stuff here, but I don't think we'll put a fusion reactor here, right? I'm definitely going to harvest. I'm definitely going to get some of this out. Oh my goodness, dude. What the hell? Why is my what happened? Hello? Hello? What caused that? Was it the villagers? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I would. Oh my goodness, dude. This is so stupid. I can't. This is, oh my god. Okay. Yeah. I we might put different multi-blocks here. There's so many multi-blocks in GregTech, honestly. Like there's oh, we might put the large arc smelter. No, large furnace. What is it called? Large furnace. The rotatory heart furnace. Oh no, yeah, that's what it's called. Rotate heart furnace. There we go. Uh, rotary heart furnace. Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Oh, this guy looks cool. This guy might be the coolest thing like I have ever looked at. This is so cool. I can't tell you how cool that looks. Oh god, it's so expensive though. Well, actually, it's not that expensive. Dude, it's not. Oh, it has some of this stuff though. Nequata alloy frames. That is expensive. Okay, that is definitely expensive. Never mind. Um, it needs titanium. A lot of titanium. What is stable titanium? It's just lots of titanium. Okay. Okay. Very cool. Yeah, it needs a lot of metals and a lot of stuff. It's very expensive. It's a very expensive thing, but it can run parallel hatches. Can we make it? I don't think we can, right? It needs ZPM failure. So if once we finish ZPM, we could make it. Because it's actually recommended in. Oh, but there's a problem, right? There is one thing that gates us. It actually recommended in UHV when we're actually basically close to finishing the pack, close to finishing the Gregstar. It's right here, the bulk blast chiller. I've never seen this guy. How does this guy look? Eh, it's okay. I like this part. I don't like this part. I don't like this. This casing is just not that good looking, to be honest. The aluminum frost-proof machine casing. Yeah. But we need the ruthenium, trinium, americium, nutrite wire for this stuff. Right? We might need it. I don't know. Firebox casing. But like none of this stuff actually needs it though. We need one of it. Okay. So that's the problem. We only need one though. So it's not that bad. We could speed run through it. We could get it earlier than everything else. The only pre-requirement I think is just getting fusion. Is just right. Oh, I think I need the dust form of this. This is an alloy because you need where is the uh hello? Yeah, you need this stuff and you need neutronium. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you need neutronium which comes from fusion, and you also need americium which also only comes from fusion. Yeah. If we look at the quest book here. Yeah, ruthenium, trinium. Oh, also you need oh yeah. You need the coils. You need the coil block for that. You need titanium coil blocks. It's the final coil block. You need the final coil block for it. And you need a quadria and you need titanium. Now quadria is just again fusion something. It's just fusion. If we look at this guy. Now quadria is just radon with liquid enriched quadria. And it will run. I don't understand what's the difference between the different tiers. Overclocks double energy and halves duration. If we look at this guy, it looks the same. And if you look at this guy, it looks the same. What's the difference? Mark III and UV energy hatch. I don't see the difference. Maybe the quest book will tell me. Hello, game, please. UV. Where is the second fusion reactor? Mark II. Okay. Speeds up the processing ability. While the fusion reactor Mark II lists 16 energy hatches as well, it's not directly necessary. You can form the multi-block with less, and it's cheaper to add in a bunch of hatches than okay. Okay. But then you require 79 for the quest book. That's annoying. It's like, yeah, it's cheaper to use the hatches, but then it's like, okay, whatever. Neutronium bull. That's a load of bull. Okay. We are reaching endgame, guys. Oh, neutronium is, if you look here, micro universe controller. Interesting. I think this is like an endgame thing. After you get like multiple Gregstars, only then you can build it. It needs, oh my goodness. The good thing is not even loading. It's so big. Oh god. Look at that. You know, honestly, I've seen someone on a video make this. I didn't know what it was. Maybe it is this. Actually, I know. That was probably the Starforge. No, never mind. Yeah, that was probably the Starforge. It was not this. I don't think it was this. Okay. Interesting. I think that thing is added by micro universe controller. I think this is not added by, yeah, it's added by Cube.js. I don't actually, but that orb thing is actually added by GregTech. Interesting. But yeah, it's crafted for this. It's required for the micro. What is this used for then? Is the maybe they modified the thing to actually use the ATM Star blocks. That's probably what they did. Yeah, they probably used Cube.js to actually modify the multi-block. Okay, enough rambling. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, I think next episode we'll try to look into more of that stuff. I mean, look at the nether stars and stuff like that, right? Like we will be there in no time. Honestly, like we have one more. We just need 16 more. So I think next episode we're gonna do occultism. Try to finish up occultism. Then after that, next episode we'll try to get everything that's necessary for the star, and then we'll get the star, and we'll get the star EB. Yeah, and then we'll get unlimited power. We'll close off the other dimension. That'll help us a bit on lag, and yeah, very nice. Okay, so guys, I think I'm gonna call it here, but that's going to be it for me from today. That's going to be it from me for today, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys see you next time. Bye bye.